You know what happens in life, man, is we see storms come. Some storms come our way, and some storms go other people's way. You know, we have a storm coming our way that might blow some wind and take down some trees, which means we won't get to have our camp out, which might mean that we don't get to have our campfire, which might mean we can't have church outside on Sunday, and that we might have to take these tents down. But see, the good thing is circumstances are not our hope. We're declaring this is our summer of hope, just like our sign says. This is our summer of hope, but it's not because the weather is our hope, and it's not because the eradication of the coronavirus is our hope. It's because Jesus is our hope, and we have our hope set on Jesus Christ. And so with our hope set on Jesus Christ, we know that he's with us through all things. So whether we have to cancel a bunch of things this weekend, whether there's a storm on Sunday morning, maybe we won't even be in person, even inside Sunday. I don't know what the future holds. Maybe you're having health storms. Maybe you're having, Ephesians chapter 6, verse 18, in the armor of God, it says, to pray, to persist in prayer. And then it says, pray persistently for your brothers and sisters in the faith. And so we're to keep alert and to always keep on praying, and we're to pray persistently for our brothers and sisters around the world. Well, we have brothers and sisters in Haiti, man, who are suffering right now. We have brothers and sisters in Afghanistan that are suffering right now. This can still be their summer of hope because Jesus is the hope of the world, and Jesus is still their hope in their situation. But you know what? One thing that's really important is that as the church, man, we don't just only think about what storm's coming our way, and if a storm misses us, then we celebrate. We have to think about who those storms are hitting. And if a health storm hits somebody that is our brother or sister, then we pray for that person. Prayer isn't a cheap way out. Prayer is the most important thing that a Christian can do, and especially when they don't know what else they can do. Prayer is not where we stop, especially if we're local and we can put our hands and feet to work. Sometimes in Haiti, what could we be doing? Maybe there are things we could do. Maybe you can go on a trip. Maybe you can send money. In Afghanistan, at this point, I don't know what we can do beyond prayer. But you know what? If you can put your hands and your feet to it and your finances to it, do that too. But prayer is not a second-rate thing to do. Prayer is the first thing that a Christian does about any situation, is we pray and we take it to God. And so today, just as a reminder, because our weekend might get messed up by a storm, it's not going to be the end of the world. But our brothers and sisters all around the world are having storms coming their way. Some of our brothers and sisters close to us are having health storms, financial storms. Our brothers and sisters in Afghanistan, man, if they're Christians, man, their lives are going to be threatened. Just chaos all around the world. As a church, we need to devote ourselves. If you're not familiar with Ephesians 6:18, man, get in that word and maybe write it down, maybe memorize it, maybe etch it into your spirit, so that we don't forget that we don't only pray for ourselves, we pray for our brothers and sisters around the world, and that we care about them and we care about their needs. All right, so hey, thanks for listening.